So let me share. Ito na. So let me share my screen to you. That is only one of the major requirements na meron kayo, which is your video presentation. So aside from the video presentation, you will be having your topic presentation that will be presented on the class discussion na nilagay ko na date doon sa ating course outline. So you will be submitting it in a PowerPoint presentation aside from the class discussion proper. So each of the presenters will be having a maximum of 30 minutes each to present your topic. And then aside from the topic presentation, we have also assignments. So a total of 16 assignments. Since we have 16 topics all in all, 8 modules. Per module, we have 2 units. So that is equivalent to 16. So each unit, you will be having 1 assignment. So, dapat complete yung assignment ninyo. So, to give you an idea what is on your assignment, you'll be doing a reflection paper, magdo-drawing kayo, tapos may mga laboratory demonstrations, yung mga sinabi ko kanina, gagawa kayo ng mga actual product that falls under assignment. And number 4, worksheets. So, what is in your worksheets? Andyan yung mga self-assessment, discussion, question, and activities that is placed in your module. Pero sineparate ko din siya aside from the module itself. I've separated a copy and uploaded in the Google Classroom para yun lang talaga ang sasagutan ninyo. So the module serves as your reference. Doon nyo kukunin yung mga sagot sa module ninyo. So here is our grading system. So you will be graded accordingly based on your quizzes. So under quizzes, you'll be having your worksheets or answer sheets that is equivalent to 20%. And then recitation natin during the class discussion if you always share your insights, if may mga questions kayo raise or kung may mga tanong kayo nakakasagot, you'll be having a 10% of the recitation. And as you can observe, yung pinakamataas talaga na rate natin is taken in the requirements, which is 30% siya class kasi andito yung video presentation, topic presentation, and the 16 assignments. And 10% is for attendance, for the examination, 15% for the midterm, and 15% for the final exam, a total of 100%. So that would be our grading system. So any reaction about our grading system? Okay ba yan sa lahat? Walang reklamo ba dyan? So, kung gusto nyo talaga magkaroon ng points sa attendance, always come on time. Yun na, 10% na agad. And next is for the rubrics or criteria. Paano kayo i-rate ng teacher ninyo? For oral recitation or the recitation, you will be rated if the things that you were saying in the class were based on facts and has details. And of course, the vocabulary itself dapat tama. And then, if you speak clearly, so importante talaga na hindi kayo maglalag, maganda ang internet connectivity ninyo, yung inyong audio. So, dapat hanap kayo ng lugar kung saan hindi kayo mapuputol during the class. And also eye contact, baka nagbabasa lang pala kayo ng mga sagot, so mawawala yung eye contact dyan. So, for laboratory worksheet, yung mga self-questionnaires na binibigay sa module, ito yung magiging thesis. If complete ang inyong worksheet, accuracy, ibig sabihin you submitted on time with the correct answers, legibility, and if you follow instructions and if there is an effort in terms of answering. Baka naman i-copy-paste mo lang yung sagot, tapos yun na, sagot na agad. No, you need to write on your own to understand the question, and if possible, you could make your own answers based on the module given. And for the topic presentation, here are the criteria. You will be rated based on how you deliver the topic. Kung meron bang mastery, as in maganda ka talaga mag-deliver. Yung content, tama ba yung mga pinagsasabi mo? And the enthusiasm or paano mo ba nakukot yung attention ng audience mo? And for the video presentation, you will be rated as follows. You will be rated based on the content and organization, on the usefulness, creativity, and elements of design and the mechanics. So yan lahat sa video presentation. Paano kayo mag-edit, paano yung transition, paano kayo magsalita, paano yung organization ninyo, mga pinapalabas ninyo sa screen. So yun, lahat yun magmamatter. And for the laboratory demonstrations, kulang ng N, you'll be rated as follows. Yung mga video presentations, aside doon sa topic, you will be asked to make a video presentation of the laboratory activities na gagawin ninyo. You will be rated as based on the concept, on the design, and the final product na maproproduce ninyo. And for the drawing, you will be rated based on promptness in submission, content, visual clarity, and the creativity of your drawing. And lastly, for the written outputs like yung mga reflection papers, mga essays, so ito yung maging criteria ninyo. You will be rated based on the relevance and substance of the content, presentation of ideas in writing, and presentation of outputs. So that's all for the criteria and rubrics. So let me share to you the vision of the school. I know you're already familiar with this, but let me remind you that we are doing this because we have our vision. Now, when I say vision, ito yung target natin na ma-obtain ng ating school in the future. So we want a world-class institution for higher learning. So by the year 2024, ito na yung ma-accomplish natin. So that would be impossible if you as my students and me as a teacher will not cooperate as one. So kailangan nating magtulungan para maging world-class din naman yung ating institution or yung ating school. Kasi kung alam nyo lang, yung mga ibang schools open na for face-to-face classes. Yung Pilipinas na lang atang naiiwan na hanggang ngayon, nag-online class pa rin, hindi naka-move on sa pandemic. So we consider that because we don't want you to be at risk. But even if we are doing this online, no, dapat full attention and andun yung cooperation niyo in terms of classes. Kasi mahirap din naman no pag nasa bahay ang daming distraction, ang daming pwedeng gawin. So isipin nyo na lang that is advantage on your part na nasa bahay lang kayo. Hindi na kayo gagastos ng pasahe. No, nasa bahay na lang lahat ng mga activities ninyo. So next, for the mission, I think may naka-unmute ata. Please mute yourself. In order for us to achieve our vision, we need to do the mission. So the mission talks about the course of actions for us to meet the vision. So ano ba yung mga gagawin natin? First is to provide a quality education. Yan. Is the education given to you by your teacher? Meron bang quality? May natututunan ba kayo or wala? Mukhang mahihirap ata yung sagutin kasi nga sa module pa lang, no? Kayo na ang mag-aaral, walang magtuturo sa inyo, hindi siya katulad dati na spoon feeding, ibibigay talaga sa inyo ng teacher yung mga sagot, yung explanation. Ngayon, kayo na ang gumagawa. Mukhang mahirap yun, lalo na pag elementary student. Imagine mo yan, mag-module sila, hindi pa sila marunong magbasa, hindi pa marunong magsulat. So, sino gumagawa ng module? Ang nanay. Pero kayo, matanda na kayo, huwag nyo na ipagawa sa nanay nyo. Kasi nga, kaya nyo na yan. So, we want to provide a quality education to our students. And of course, as a student, you need to produce irrelevant research and extension. So, kaya nga meron kayong tinatawag na thesis. If you're familiar with thesis, pag fourth year ninyo, ang maging thesis teacher ninyo is si Sir Tito, who is our dean. Yan. Kaya nga, dito pa lang sa mga small laboratory activities, you need to be faithful here. Why? Because in the future, you will be doing the same thing. So, kung napapagod na kayo, mag-laboratory activity, napapagod na kayo gumawa ng mga ganyang bagay. So, paano na lang kung mag-thesis kayo? Maraming nag-fail, maraming umiyak, at maraming hindi nakagraduate on time because of thesis. So, ngayon pa lang, mag-practice na kayo. Paano yan? And so, in order for us to do these things, we need our core values. So, ano nga ba yung nasa core values natin? So, if you're familiar with our core values, stands for care. Care stands for C, commitment. So as a student, you need to be committed, no, sa lahat ng mga ginagawa ninyo. I think some of you are working, no, while studying. But to think of it, saan ba kayo mas committed? sa pag-aaral ninyo or sa trabaho. Hindi ko naman kayo pinapapili, pero darating talaga sa time na kailangan nyo pumili kung saan nyo talaga gustong mag-excel. Kasi kung pipiliin nyo ang work, your studies will be left behind. There will be a tendency na hindi kayo makakapasa or hindi kayo makakabalance ng time ninyo. So, kailangan nyo maging committed sa isang bagay or kailangan nyo mas bigyan ng panahon or oras or importansya yung pag-aaral ninyo kung gusto nyo makatapos talaga. And second is attitude. Yan. Madami ako mga students na scholars, matatalino, pero yung problema sa iba, no, walang respeto. Yan. So, talking about respect, students, you need to respect your teacher, you need to respect your classmates, kasi in return, if you want to be respected, you need to respect others. So, hindi porket magaling ka or matalino ka, pangit na ugali mo kasi anhin mo naman yung talino mo kung ang ugali mo naman hindi maganda. So, pangit pa rin yan. So, attitude really matters and our relationship. So, we need to build a good relationship with each other for us to work, no, as one and together para meron tayong connection sa isa't isa. For example, if you're in a group, so you need to have a good relationship with your groupmate. Hindi lang yung groupmate mo lang gagawa ng lahat ng task. So ito, kung napapansin nyo, yung iba may kagrupo, yung iba wala. Actually, in every submission of requirements, individual lahat ang rating. So binigyan kayo ng isang topic, pero ihahati nyo yan. Pagdating sa submission ng video presentation and topic presentation, you will be presenting it individually. So kukunin mo lang ang part mo na topic at gagawa ka na ng sariling mong video at sariling topic presentation. Okay? And then excellence. So in everything that you do, you need to give your best. So wag lang yung sobra-sobra ay magka-cramming ka, tapos magpo-procrastinate ka, bukas ang presentation, ngayong gabi gagawin ang presentation. So ano mangyayari sa presentation? Hindi siya maganda. Pangit ang result. So class, I've posted here in our course outline the deadline, no? Deadline kung kailan kayo magsasubmit ng inyong topic presentation and ng inyong video presentation. So as you can observe, the deadline is on October 8, 2021 for all the presentations, for all the video presentation and topic presentation. So October 8 lahat yan. So kahit pa naka-assign ka na mag-deliver ng iyong topic presentation on January 10, still, you are required to submit in the Google Classroom your video presentation and topic presentation on or before October 8, 2021. So is that clear to everyone? Klaro ba yun sa ating lahat na walang exempted, na baka akalain nyo, ma, bakit ako number 1? Masyadong unfair. So hindi po ito unfair kasi lahat kayo gagawa on time at sabay-sabay kayo magsasubmit. Kaya ang pinakauna at pinaka-last presenters. So any questions about the requirements before we proceed to our course outline itself? May mga tanong ba or clarification? Is everything clear to you now? You may unmute yourself if you have any question. Wala? Clear na ba sa lahat? Okay, sige. I-absorb nyo muna.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Yan, may tanong tayo.
Ma'am, nakita ko po kasi sa sa course outline na may na-assign kami na topic presentation yun na nga po. And gagawa po ba kami ng video na nandun lahat, ma'am, or yung assign na lang na para sa amin?
Yung gagawin nyo lang video is yung under lang sa inyo na topic. So, I'll be sharing an example here para clear sa lahat. Nakikita nyo na ba yung course outline nyo sa screen? Ito?
Thank you.
Nakikita mo ba?
Hindi pa, ma'am.
Hindi? Sige. I'll try to share again my screen para visible sa lahat. How about this one? Wala pa rin? Wait lang. Try ko ulit. Nahirapan ako mag-share ha. Ito. Meron na kayo nakikita.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, for example, dito tayo mag-start sa module number 1. We have the course contents, module pages, book pages, presenters, and online discussion. So, itong course content, ang letter A, isang module yan siya per under Unit 1. Ang letter B, Unit 2 under Module 1. So, ganun ang reading ha. Tapos, kung hahanapin nyo yung content niya, makikita siya sa module pages na ito. Dun sa Fish 7 module, kung inopen niyo ang Google Classroom, mamaya magkakaroon tayo ng Google Classroom tour. Ito yung pages niya. Kung ayaw nyo naman mag-refer sa module, ang book pages. Ito yung book pages and the number of pages. So for example, our presenters are Abdul, Halim, and Abing. So 14 pages, i-divide nyo into 2, that is 7 pages each. So mag-uusap kayong dalawa, ikaw ang from page 2 to 8, ako ang 9 to 16. O, di ba? Equally divided kayo. 7 pages each kayo. So, yun na ang magiging coverage ninyo for your video presentation. So, yung 2 to 8, si Abdul Halim lang ang magta-topic nun. Yun lang talaga ang ituturo mo. Masyadong maikli, di ba? And then, gagawa ka ng video presentation from 2 to 8 lang. So, yun na ang topic mo. Individual. Although partner kayo, pero individual pa rin yung task na gagawin nyo. Individual ang video, individual ang topic presentation. Kaya on October 11, you will be presenting the topic presentation for 30 minutes each. Maximum na ang 30 minutes. So kung gagawa kayo ng PowerPoint presentation, kung gusto nyo hindi kayo mag-overtime, 30 minutes na time na ibinigay, huwag kayo mag-exceed ng 30 slides. So ilagay natin sa isang slide, mag-explain ka pa, 1 minute per slide. Yun na, mabilis na talaga ang 1 minute. So maximum na talaga ang 30 slides. So kung gusto mo naman na makapag-explain ng maayos, 20 slides or 15 slides lang para hindi kayo mag-consume ng time. Kasi kung Zoom ang gagamitin natin, 30 minutes per reporter, automatic mag-end na ang session. So next reporter na naman. So pwede din tayong gumamit ng Google Meet if you want. But for me, I prefer Zoom. Kasi aware tayo sa time. Okay? So meron pa, yan ang mga names niyo. Ito si Dagalea, 11 pages. Yan, no? Si De Las Peñas, 9 pages. May iba naman, 13 pages, 2 tao. Diba, ang swerte na mga 13 pages. Ito, 5 pages lang, kay Julcar na in Chabilita. So, ganun yung division of tasks. And I do it in an alphabetical way para organize tayong lahat. So yung mga letter A, baka magsisisi kayo, bakit letter A ang apelyido natin? Okay, magsisi. Akala nyo lang hindi maganda ang A. Actually, I prefer to become the first presenter than to become the last presenter. Why? Because if you are the first presenter, andun yung lahat ng effort, andun lahat ng pressure, you will be setting the standard. So sa ikaw as an A, ang ganda ng presentation mo, lahat ng susunod sa'yo, gaganda din ang presentation kasi nakita nila sa'yo. So another thing is, if ikaw ang first presenter, no, the next time na may magpe-present, relax ka na lang. Wala ka ng problema. Tapos na ang problema mo. Ikaw na una. So yun na, relax ka na lang. Maghihintay ka lang. Pero pag ikaw ang pinakalas, I tell you, ay, nakakapagod ang pinaka-last presenters kasi hindi ka makakatulog, ang dami mong problema, pinatagal ang agony. Kaya, congrats to all letter A. Don't be pressured at all. Yan ang advantage. So mga nasa last naman, ang advantage doon is pwede nyo pang ma-develop. Mag-o-observe ka, ito ang pagkakamali niya, ito ang lapses niya, hindi ko na yan gagawin, hindi ko na yan gagayahin. So mas magiging maganda ang pag-deliver mo. So yun ang advantage ng mga nasa last part. So another thing is, let's have a tour for our Google Classroom. May mga tanong pa ba aside kay Pamela? Thank you for asking question, Pam. I really want the students to always ask question para magkaroon tayo ng interaction at para malaman ko na talagang clear sa inyo yung mga pinagsasabi ko. Kasi baka mamaya after our session, doon pa kayo magtatanong sa chat box, nakapagod doon. Andito na tayo personal, dito na kayo magtanong. Kasi mas ma-explain sa inyo ng maayos ng teacher ninyo during online gathering. Kaya magtanong-tanong na kayo, huwag kayong mahihiya. Okay? We will not judge you if you ask question. Actually, 2 things lang. Bakit may nagtatanong at hindi nagtatanong? May hindi nagtatanong kasi walang naintindihan. At may hindi din nagtatanong kasi naintindihan. So, alin kayo dun sa dalawa? May naintindihan or walang naintindihan? So, I hope you have understand everything. So, let's move on. There will be no questions. Move on tayo sa ating Google Classroom tour. So, lahat ba naka-access na ng Google Classroom? You may click the reaction button, okay, if na-access nyo na ang Google Classroom. Okay, mag-okay. Si May naka-access na. Okay, good job for Mariano, kay Jason, kay Enopia. Yung iba, 5 lang ang nakita, 6. Okay. Si Samson, nakaganyan. Hindi ka pa naka-access, Morgan? Mag-access ka na mamaya. Mamaya, i-open mo para makita mo lahat. Okay, so ito yung link for our Google Classroom. And this is the code. I've sent that in the GC para easy access. I-click nyo lang yon, tapos ita-type nyo lang ang code. So for our Google Classroom, this is the example. Paano nga ba mag-explore sa ating Google Classroom? Ano nga ba yung mga things na dapat nating i-take note when we are opening our Google Classroom? So this is your Google Classroom. Nakikita nyo ba sa screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So, andyan yung announcement kung ano ang Google Classroom nyo, ang mga updates na pinaggagawa ng teacher ninyo. Yan lahat. Pero kung gusto nyo mas organized, huwag kayo dito sa stream. Pasok kayo sa classwork. Okay. If you're already in the classwork, ang una nyo makikita is the course outline and course and class policies. So lahat ng mga shinare ko during our class orientation, naka-upload na yan dito. So kung meron kayong mga details na gusto nyong pag-aralan or gusto nyong intindihin, gusto nyong basahin ng paulit-ulit, at kung gusto nyong malaman kailan ang report nyo, andito lahat sa course outline and class policy. So wala na mag-PM sa akin, ma'am, kailan ako mag-report? Basahin mo na lang yan, andyan na nakalagay. No? Kailangan lang magbasa-basa para hindi tayo magpaulit-ulit. And then fish 7 module, ito ang ating module in PDF format. So I prefer in PDF format para mahirapan din kayo mag-copy-paste ng sagot, di ba? So instead of copying the answers, you will be making your own answers if possible. Don't be worried. Paano ko yan isasagot, ma'am? Naka-PDF naman yan. Dito na siya lahat, class, sa ating by chapter. So every week, ito yung task niyo. For first week, this week, you will be doing the assignment number 1, which is the reflection paper. Very easy, no? Reflection paper lang pala, maliit na bagay. So ito yung format A4, ang size ng bond paper, Times New Roman ang font style, and the font size is 12. Of course, you need to convert that into PDF format. So sa other section, ang concern nila is, what if we are using a WPS, ma'am, kasi wala kaming laptop, wala kaming computer. So I advise them, yes, you can use the WPS. But, no, pagdating ng pag-upload ng inyong classwork, sabog yung files at hindi ko mabasa. So hindi ko siya ma-rate ng maayos. So maliit yung grades doon. Ang ganda na explanation mo, pero hindi maganda ang presentation ng iyong paper. So, maliit ang grade. So, I really advise them to always convert your work into PDF format. Use Microsoft Word if possible. If walang laptop, walang computer, you may use the WPS, but you need to transfer that in a Microsoft Word format and convert it into PDF format. So, punta kayo ng computer shop or makiram kayo ng laptop, dun kayo mag-convert. Or kung may mga alam kayong applications na pwedeng gamitin na magka-convert into PDF format, much better. Okay? So, hanap kayo ng mga strategies. Mag-search kayo sa YouTube. Kasi kung nahihirapan kayo, wala kayong laptop at computer, kailangan nyo ng strategy. Kung wala pa talaga. Pero in the future, I really advise you to have your own PC, laptop, or computer kasi nga online lahat ng mga ginagawa ninyo. Ang hirap pag cellphone lang. Paano kung walang pera? Mag-ipon-ipon na kayo. Kahit second hand lang, gamitin ninyo. Pwede na yun. Okay? And then, next is eto. Module 1, Unit 1. Naka-attach dito ang answer sheet or ang inyong worksheet. So if you are going to open that, Okay, same lang to siya sa module ninyo, pero I made a separate copy para dito nyo ilagay ang sagot ninyo. So please answer the questions within the box given. Within the box lang. Kung anong nasa box, dyan na kayo sumagot. Huwag na kayong lumabas sa ibang linya. So yan lang. So kailangan talaga ng Microsoft Word Plus kasi dito kayo mag-encode. Pwede naman siya ma-open sa WPS, di ba? Pero kaya bang i-convert into PDF? Yan ang question. So, ganyan. Upload nyo. So, we have 1 chapter per week. Andito yung deadline. So, the deadline is on October 4. Next, chapter 2, deadline is October 11. So, every Monday siya sinasubmit. So, every Monday, meron dapat kayo sinasubmit na mga assignment. So, for example here, yung sa laboratory activity natin, drawing. Ito, draw the different kinds of containers. So, drawing yan siya, class. How about yung video processing? Ito, minced fish processing. You need to submit a video presentation maximum of 3 minutes. 3 minutes lang on minced fish processing. Nakalagay dyan ang page number. Andun lahat ng procedure. Andun lahat ng mga materials na kailangan. Lahat ng mga equipments. Hindi naman siya mahirap, class, kasi sa loob ng bahay, meron na kayong isda. Meron kayong tagtaran, meron kayong kutsilyo, meron kayong lalagyan ng mga glasses na ginamit nyo. Pwede nyo yung i-recycle. Basta maging creative at innovative lang kayo. Hindi nyo na kailangan pang gumastos. Kasi nga, pero kung mag-business talaga kayo, kailangan nyo talaga ng puhunan para ma-produce nyo ito. Pero kung for the sake of submission lang, di mag-submit lang kayo. Huwag nyo nang pahirapan sarili nyo. Pagkatapos nyo gawin, kainin nyo, gawin yung ulam, di wow, may snack pa kayo. So, yun lang, huwag nyong pahirapan ang sarili nyo, class. Pero kung gusto nyo talaga ng pera, gawin yung business. Okay? Another thing is, eto, topic presentation, a book reference. Ito na yung sinabi kong reviewer for the board exam. Pwede nyo to siyang i-access, class. Hindi ko ata na, yan. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So, 3 parts siya kasi masyadong mabigat yung file. Pag i-convert ko sa PDF, 3 division ng books yung lalabas. So, ganyan yung kanyang format. I-download nyo lang. Pwede nyo nang basa-basahin. Pwede nyo tong gamitin in the future as a reviewer. Kasi kung ano naman ang nasa book, andito din naman sa module. Pero dito sa book kasi, ito talaga yung original copy. Pero hindi masyadong clear, kaya dito sa module, mas clear ang copy ng mga statements, mga words. And for the topic presentation, upload nyo lang dito. And your video presentation, upload nyo lang din dito. Yan ang due date, October 8. Okay, so any other questions? Do you want a sample video of a fermentation, yung mga ganun? Pwede ako magbigay ng sample video. So, stop sharing muna ako, ha. Mag-a-access muna ako ng ibang Google Classroom para may sample video tayo. So, while I am doing this, magtanong naman kayo para may mapag-usapan din tayong maganda about your class. So, any questions naman dyan, please raise. Habang hinahanap ko yung video. Okay, any other questions? You may unmute yourself if you want. Okay, meron na ba? May mga tanong na ba dyan? May tanong ka, May?
Ma'am, yung
ano yon?
Ma'am, yung mga video presentation po, ma'am, i-attach namin sa Google Classroom tapos i-upload din namin sa YouTube, ma'am, or pwedeng i-upload lang sa YouTube tapos hindi na i-attach sa GCR?
The step is as follows. First thing that you need to do is to upload your video in your YouTube channel, or kung ayaw nyo sa YouTube, sa Google Drive ninyo. And then, copy the link and attach it in our Google Classroom. So, just copy the link from your YouTube channel or Google Drive para hindi siya mag-consume ng space or data. Okay, so I have now here some examples of video presentations that you might want to follow or do in the future. Eto, kay Loquest. Kilala niyo ba si Hazel Loquest? She is one of the candidates na magiging cum laude. Pero ewan ko ngayon kung qualified pa siya kasi nagka-problema ata sila kay Sir Arthur sa isang subject nila. Ayan. Kita niyo ba sa screen? Loading pa siya.
Hello guys! So for today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make a marinated fried sardine. So unang-una, ipapakilala ko muna ang mga kakailanganin natin. Now, the first thing we need to do is to fillet the sardine. And then we need to wash it thoroughly. Tsaka, i-diretso na natin ito sa brine solution.
Forward ko class ha.
So the next thing we need to do is to make the marinade. We are going to boil the spices in the vinegar.
Alright, so that is an example of one video. Actually, madami pa at mas may maganda pa doon na video. Yun lang talaga ang na-open ko kasi nagmamadali akong maghanap. So, ang ganda, di ba? Masyadong simple lang. And I tell you, hindi yun umabot ng mga 200 ang nagastos niya. Kahit sa bahay, kumuha lang kayo dyan ng mga vinegars, ng mga toyo, ano bang meron dyan sa bahay ninyo. So, very simple. And even the lalagyan, kung meron kayong mga empty bottle na mga mayonnaise or ano ba, pwede nyo yun gamitin para sa inyong laboratory activities. So, easy ba or hard? Mag-video lang naman kayo tapos mag-edit. Madali lang, di ba? May YouTube channel na kayo. May mga subscribers na kayo. Yun lang. I'm looking forward from your class that you'll be doing better, no, in terms of doing the laboratory activities and everything na binibigay ng teacher sa inyo. So this will be our last session for today. And we will be meeting on, I think, October 11 at tayo nakalagay doon. Tingnan nyo na lang. Basta a week after next week. Monday siya. Check mo ng calendar. So we will be meeting on October 11. Kasi October 4 onwards is for consultation and for you to make your topic presentation and video presentation. So that's all for today's session. Before we end, can kindly open your camera for our last class picture. So baka naman yung iba hanggang beginning lang, umalis na. Kasi hindi na bumalik, di ba? So ang ganda naman ng buhay nila. Nakapag-attendance na sila, hindi na bumalik. So yun, I'll be checking your attendance all the time. So kung may mga nagsasalita man sa harapan, tinitingnan ko yung mga mukha ninyo, yung mga naka-off cam, sino yung mga active, no? So, yun, isa yun para magkaroon kayo ng magandang grado. Okay, let's have a class picture in 3 counts. 1, 2, and 3. Last one class, 1, 2, and 3. Yun. Thank you everyone and see you on October 11. Please do your requirements ahead of time and submit on time. God bless to all. Okay, kung wala ng mga tanong, pwede na kayong mag-leave. We will end the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yun, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.